Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Ferrullo. I'm the principal here at Weehawken High School, and welcome to our back to school night for the 2021 school year. Weehawken High School is a very accomplished high school. As you can see, we have received significant amount of praise and awards over the last school year and the last school years. Best high school is in U.S. News and World Report, Innovative District, Future Ready, Sustainable New Jersey. It's a very well accomplished high school. Our leadership team, I am the principal. Stephanie Cirillo is my new vice principal. She comes over from Patterson Eastside High School. Jenna Wendelowski is still our supervisor of counseling. She handles all the scheduling concerns for the students, and she's also our HIB coordinator. Adam Parkinson is newly promoted. He is our coordinator of academic programs and student achievement. He handles our testing and student data, coordinates our honor societies, as well as runs our clubs. Brian Fisher is our new supervisor of athletics. He handles all the team scheduling and uniform equipment management, things like that, in addition to still being a teacher. And Jackie Cullinane is now our new supervisor of special education and handles the child study team. It's a fantastic leadership team, and they are fully committed to doing the best they can for your students. We've added on a significant amount of staff this year, and I'd like to present them to you now. We have Catherine Del Sandro, who's our new history teacher, Eleni Gebbia in special education, in addition to Michael Negron, Nick Parisi, who are also in special ed. We have added a few new math teachers, Jennifer Martinez and William Wallace. Paul Gorinsky is our new English teacher. We've also added a new secretary, Valerie Blaylock, and 3 new aides, Angie Rendine, Gina Laval, and Dennis Amato. There's a lot new to Weehawken High School. And I'm going to try to give as much detail as I can. We've incorporated a wellness center, which with a part-time licensed professional counselor is a common place for students to go to when they have their issues. It's also where our student counselors are for their scheduling needs, as well as our school nurse. We're trying to put a focus on our students' emotional and mental well-being this year, and the wellness center is going to be a big part of that. We have CPI training for crisis prevention. We've also incorporated a new classroom for some of our formerly out-of-district students called AIM, which stands for Achieve, Imagine, and Motivate. We also are putting together something called DEAR, Drop Everything and Respect, which is a monthly initiative to focus on character education, social equity, and tolerance for our students. FFF is Fueling Futures Forever. Basically, it incorporates Command EDU, which we brought into the school system last year, which helps our students, especially our seniors, focus on the college application process. They've done a fantastic job with our seniors right now in teaching them how to write a proper, to fill out the application properly, as well as what colleges are looking for in the application process. We're very, very encouraged by what we have with our relationship with them, and we think it's really going to help our seniors. Weehawken was also named a Lighthouse District for improvements in advancing educational equity. We're very proud of that, and you're going to see that icon on a lot of our letterheads now. It's a very prestigious thing to be named a Lighthouse District, and we're proud of it. Good Grief is a counseling service that we've added for students who have experienced loss or other emotional issues throughout this time. Again, I will continue to reiterate that there is a big focus on mental well-being and mental health. We recently received our silver certificate in Sustainable New Jersey. Sustainable New Jersey is an initiative put forward by the state of New Jersey in the last 10 years, and it is for how well a school district utilizes recycling and is environmentally sound. We are only the second school in New Jersey to ever achieve a silver certificate on the first try. So we're really, really proud of that. We had a fantastic team. They were highly motivated to showcase the great things that we do here for the environment. For your students' purposes, midterms will return. That is going to occur at the end of the second marking period. Since the students had so much time lost in the classroom because of COVID, we're looking to try to set up baselines and get a better assessment as to where they are educationally. We think the midterms will help. WISE is also another initiative aimed at some of the lost classroom time. It's Weehawken Intervention Supports and Enrichment. It's a year-long program of academic enrichment. It'll be about an hour or two a week, again, to help struggling students who have lost that valuable classroom time. Your high school students will not change for gym. Again, this is a COVID thing, so it's subject to change at some point in the school year. We are also staggering our class times, which is something that we did during the past school year, so that it minimizes the amount of full students in the hallway. So 7th and 8th graders will leave 2 minutes before the bell, 9 and 10 will leave at the bell, and 11 and 12 will leave 2 minutes after the bell. So it gives us our students a little bit more time to get to class and not have it so crowded. And also, cell phones are not permitted in the classroom. This is an ongoing initiative we have, so we're just making sure that you guys are aware of students shouldn't have their cell phones in class. COVID. The governor has a mandate. All students must wear a mask. If they do not wear their mask, we can send them home and we will contact you if you do. If a student refuses to wear a mask, it's the same thing. It's a safety issue right now. So have a heavy focus on the masks. If your child is running a fever or is not feeling well, by all means, keep them home. Okay, I'm not saying you have to go COVID testing, but if there's an idea that the child is sick, keep them home. As we've shown in the last 18 months, we can absolutely do what's necessary to get your child educated, and we will make sure they make up the work. We have 2 designated entrances of Liberty, so students will go through that way, again, to minimize contact as they walk in. Shields for students are optional. There are some students that do use the shields, but they are optional right now. Lunch has been split by grade, so some of our students will eat their lunch in the cafeteria, and some of them are eating in the auditorium, again, to minimize the amount of full contact for the student body. Students are expected to remain socially distant when they're eating, and in classrooms, after they utilize a desk, they're expected to wipe it down. These are COVID rules that we had last year when students were in person, and it's something we're continuing. We're going to continue to try to be as safe as possible. This is a copy of our bell schedule in case you don't have it. It's also available in the student handbook. So if you have the opportunity now, and you are obviously watching at home, this would be a good time for you to take out your phone and take a picture of our bell schedule so that you have it handy, so that way you know where your child will be at what point of the day. So I'll leave that up there for anybody that wants to take a photo of it. Parent communication. There is a specific chain of command we expect if there's an issue that you have with your child in school. And obviously that first primary point of contact is the teacher. If you're having an issue with the child's teacher, or if you're concerned about the grade, you really shouldn't reach out to myself or the vice principal or guidance yet. Reach out to that teacher and open a line of communication so that way you can see what's going on in the classroom. If you're unsatisfied with the teacher contact, then reach out to the student's counselor, which you can find on real time if you are unaware. If you're still unsatisfied, then you can reach out to Ms. Cirillo and myself. So that teacher is the primary point of contact. That's who you really want to reach out to first, because they're going to have a lot more information. If you contact me, the first thing I'm going to do is reach out to the teacher and find out what's going on. So rather than have a third party involved, go right to the point. These are our communication channels. So if you're looking for general information, there's a website, there's a newsletter, there's virtual backpack. These are all things that we put out so that way you can find out information, general information. The website is always the best bet to find information. We have a new website this year, and it's a lot more streamlined. The tabs are very clear. So if you want to find out an athletic schedule or things like that, clubs, it's all on the website. Day-to-day activities is Google Classroom for your child. They should be able to provide you whatever information they can. And student-specific feedback, you want to use real-time. You all should have real-time passwords, and you should be able to access your child's grade, discipline issues, attendance, all that should be on real-time. So this is where you're going to find general information about school. In addition, we also have social media and other areas that I'll go into. So again, monthly calendar on the district website, which will give you events, holidays, school calendar for the year. We have an electronic message board, which is found on Highwood Avenue, where we flash general information about sporting events or students who achieve great things or should be highlighted. We try to do that on our electronic message board. So you'll see about students who first team all league or who got accepted to a special program or things like that. We also have our social media accounts, and those are our Twitter handles if you want to take a photo of that. While I'm speaking, you can get the Twitter handles for myself, the superintendent, and the VP. But we do put out a lot of things on social media. I do believe the high school has also a Facebook page, an Instagram account where we put out all the information. So the communication tools are out there. There is absolutely multiple ways for you to find out information. And again, as we continue with our communication, the teacher page is found on our Weehawken High School website. If you look at your child's teacher's name, for instance, you can find their Twitter page and some of the things, their teacher page and their teacher Twitter handle. So that way you can see the things that are going on in the classroom. Student-specific feedback. Obviously, we give out report cards and they're found quarterly in real time. We do not mail them home. They're found on your real time and you can access it through your child's real time page. A teacher conference. If you want to have a teacher conference, you should contact the teacher. We are trying to avoid doing in person. If it's necessary, we can arrange it. However, we can obviously do it virtual through Google Meet. Real time can also be found on the Weehawken High School website and anything else of that nature. Answers to key questions. What if I'm uncertain about something? Email the teacher. Again, I cannot continue to bring that up. If you have a specific question about a specific class or a grade, email the teacher, contact the teacher. If you do not get that satisfactory response, email Ms. Cirillo or Ms. Cirillo, Ms. Wendolowski about that. If you lose a password, if there's something technical that's gone and you're missing, email Mr. Calgi and he'll help you out with that. Our year-long goals. As I stated earlier, primarily we're looking to address the emotional well-being of our students. We're looking to identify at-risk students because a lot has happened in the last 18 months and we're still playing catch-up right now, especially now that we're in person, so it's going to take us a little bit of time. Always a goal here is to prepare our students for life beyond Weehawken High School. That is our intent. They're with us for 6 years at best, and then they have a life after that, and our goal is to make sure they're as well prepared as possible. We are always looking to improve our NJSLA scores and do better in that area. Maintaining graduation rate above 90% is always a goal. We're always looking for 100% every year, and we do our best to make sure students get that, our students get to that number. Creating a community of learners, obviously, improve student achievement through the rigor of the classes and those sorts of things. We're always going to try to provide as academically a rigorous atmosphere here, as well as opportunities for social, like clubs and sports and trips and things like that. Our code of conduct is very clear. You know, that the student handbook can be found again on the webpage. You can find it. And there are specific things we're looking for. We are looking for our students to be respectful every day and dress as per the code and wear their ID. And students should only use school-issued devices. If there's an issue with your student's Chromebook, please contact Mr. Calgi. You can contact me and we'll address it. But for the most part, we're expecting our students to be respectful, dressed appropriately, wearing ID each day, and always have their mask on. Special education, in the high school, we have both an in-class support program, and we do have a self-contained class for students that we've brought back from out of district. For inclusion, any student that's placed in an inclusion class, it's the least restrictive environment, where it's the best atmosphere for the child to learn at his best pace. Most of our classes do have co-teaching models, where you have that gen ed teacher with that special ed teacher there for support. Security measures. In Weehawken High School, students and staff must wear ID at all time. With regards to keeping and minimizing the amount of contact points in the halls, only 3 passes per period are admitted, and there's no passes admitted for the students for the first and last 5 minutes of class. We are only allowing clear bags. I know that last year we had clear and mesh. However, we have found that the mesh bags are difficult to see through, so we are only allowing clear bags. Students have until October 31st to get that clear bag. We understand that there's a delay in getting these, so we are going to be patient with you. So please, by October 31st, we would expect that clear bag. We also have returned to regular fire and security drills. So you'll see the students outside the building from time to time if we're having a fire drill or we're doing an evacuation. And we will try to enforce social distancing and wearing masks even though they're outside. We're going to try to be as safe as possible with that, but we are returning to regular security drills. Academic rigor in Weehawken High School, we have 34 AP classes, the most in Hudson County. Our teachers are trained and AP certified, and some of the offerings are up there: physics, stats, calc, Latin, macro. We offer a very, very wide berth of things that are extremely rigorous for our students. We also offer the AP Capstone Diploma. We are the first in Hudson County to offer it, and this is something we've had for the last few years. Our dual enrollment is also back, where we offer college classes for our students through FDU or William Patterson, and they can earn up to 16 credits. And this is at a tremendously discounted rate. So if you're interested in that, you should reach out to your child's counselor. Where we go to college, I always like to finish on a great slide, and this is, again, to show you some of the fantastic places our kids have gone to school, and this is only in the last 4 years. I love to brag about these types of things. My seniors last year went Harvard, Yale, Cornell. I mean, if you can do better than that, that's fantastic. Our kids are given a great opportunity here to get a great education, to play varsity sports, tremendous club activities. Basically, if we don't have something for your child, have your child approach us, and if it's something we can do, we'll look into it. We want to make this a welcoming atmosphere and give them a place that they're looking forward to go to. We've all been to school, and at times school can be a drag, and we're trying to do the best we can in Weehawken High School to not make it that. We want this to be an exciting place for the kids to come back to, especially not having been here. So with that being said, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your time and your patience. I hope you enjoy our back to school night, and I want to wish you and your child the best of luck this year. Thank you very much.